Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
I am fantastic. Look, successful. That's what Tiffany Haddish says. I like saying that.
Successful.
People,
I
how
love
are you?
Tiffany.
Successful. I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. Well, my name is Laura. This is Healthy Carnivore, and tonight's guest, my first guest interview, is G Brown from Hanging with the Browns. And we still
Yay.
have to say Frederick, the husband, because he may pop in somewhere. Who knows? It's there somewhere. So today I'm going over what carnivore made G lose. She lost it all. So I'm going to have her start by introducing herself, tell people a little bit about herself, and then we'll go on from there.
Okay, I'm going to try and make this as different as possible because different when you talk with different people, you get some stuff. So let me find some things people might not know. Hi everybody, my name is G Brown the lifestyle changer, and I am married to Frederick Brown, the husband. And when you tune in with us, you are hanging with the Browns. Oh, let me see. If I go back just a few years, I was in a classroom teaching eighth grade science. And what else? I was doing a whole lot and I was in severe pain. But my mom told me when I was younger, uh, you got to suffer to be beautiful. And because I thought that was crazy, but I found myself later on just to be cute, you'll go outside and don't have that coat on. Just to be cute, you'll wear those sheer nylons. This was back in the day. They don't do that now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to be cute, you'll wear those heels. Mm. And the school, the floors were, of course, concrete with that tile on top of it. So when I was pounding the floors in my heels and my weight, that was a lot on my ankles, knees, and my back. It was a lot. And my I think my probably worst thing was between my backache and my fibromyalgia. Those two things, but I wouldn't let them put that down in my records because I refuse to take any meds. I Well, that's not true for that. So hey Robin, hey. And so there we go. What
Yeah.
else?
Um,
I'm not
well,
gonna tell too much. I'm
um,
just gonna answer what you ask.
that's okay. So, can you tell people kind of how you stumbled onto this carnivore lifestyle?
Yeah, well, my mom we used to laugh at her, and we would call her a carnivore because if we ever had a family dinner, cookout, reunion, whatever, my mom had a plate full of meat. Now, the chicken was fried in seed oil, the barbecue had sauce on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's meat, but it came with extra things. So, you don't you can't totally count that for the carnivore diet. And I used to mess with her and say, "You want some vegetables?" And she would say, "I can eat vegetables anytime." Uh so with that being said, I had never heard about this diet ever. And as a matter of fact, what crazy person would eat only meat? That from what you're taught about in school, right? The food pyramid, and you have all of these breakfast options, and I mean, you name it. They've created eggs Benedict, hollandaise sauce. I mean, pancakes, waffles, now the steak and eggs, now all kind of omelets. And you trying to tell me that I'm supposed to only eat meat? Yeah, I would not have believed that. I wouldn't. This diet came into our lives at the right time. My husband, this was our road to 60. He turned 60 in December, and I'll be 60 in July. And this is like our golden time because we feel that we are old enough to be like grown, but still young enough to get out here and do different things that we want to do. And but I was watching my husband's body fall apart faster than mine was. And I used to joke and say that, you can lift the hood of this car. This is a 1964. You lift the hood and up under the engine, honey, we were falling apart. But you close that hood, she was buffed and shined. Windows was clean. Yeah, but I was literally falling apart on the inside, but I'm watching him fall apart on the outside. I'm watching uh, this swelling. Uh, it was
Mm.
once in one knee, and then it turned around and went to the other knee, and then it was down in one ankle, and then maybe next time the other ankle, maybe back up to the knee, and then it hit both ankles, and he couldn't
Oh,
walk. This was about
oh,
13 months ago, and then he couldn't walk. And when that happened, I'm panicking, getting him in to see the doctor. My doctor's office know when I call, it's like I got the president in waiting. We keeping this one. I have a very good husband, and we keeping this joker right here alive and well, and doing what needs to be done. But when I was watching him go through his pain, I actually thought a wheelchair was in our future. It's like,
mm.
man, it's our 20-year anniversary, and we're gonna like be rolling around the ship. I on the dance floor. I I just saw our lives just not what we've planned it to be. And then my brother came to visit. Uh, we I'm not gonna tell all of Frederick's story. It was horrific.
Yeah.
And then my brother came to visit, and he was actively on the carnivore diet when he showed up. He had been doing it for about 3 weeks, and he's like, gee, I'm telling you, I'm starting to feel better. And so the conversation was towards Frederick. Uh, and with that, I was, supporting him. And I was vegan, but I was willing to, oh, what was
Look at
that?
you, fancy girl.
Baby, yes. I forget. Oh, you know what? I think it was something that I did, and the thing, I don't know what just happened. Give me the
I
sparkles again. But
kind of fancy.
if y'all know what just happened, y'all need to tell me because I had them things going all night. Anyway, um, so Frederick started, and I knew this had to be all meat. Well, at the time, I was eating all vegetable, and I know I didn't want to cook the meat, but I wasn't going to leave him on his own. So I battled with myself for a couple of days. Like, uh, oh, she said it's a double thumb up. Okay, we'll try it again. So 2 days later, I joined him
Hmm.
just to be on the journey with him. But we were just looking for Frederick to be able to be less pain. I had no idea the stuff that was going to happen to me. That's this has to be it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
This hey.
Yeah.
So I was so like paying attention to him, but then all of this stuff started happening for me, and it was like, whoa, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me, and I say this all the time to people, listen, I was on Percocets for 3 years,
Yeah.
120 pills a month, and not the low dose. And it's like, and when you do that, they drug test you. And I couldn't stand doing that where I had to go and I felt urinate in a cup just to keep these drugs, just
Yep.
so I can have some pain free and not no pain less because you I was never pain free. So I
Right.
never reached down to a zero until the carnivore diet. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this was something else, and I'm very happy that I did it.
Yeah. So, other than your pain relief that you've had from this, can you tell everyone who doesn't know what other improvements you have seen along the way doing this carnivore lifestyle?
I'm glad you asked. All right, so things that I no longer deal with that I had a year ago. All right, it's been Frederick gone put in how many days it's been? It's 280 something. Okay, bursitis was my first old people disease because see, we were taught when you start hitting around 40 and sometimes about 35, your body gonna start breaking down. You're gonna get these aches and pains. It's just a part of getting older. So silly me, I'm in the doctor's office and I'm in there because of my back. Okay. I'm in there because of my back. And he touched my thighs and I grabbed him. I was like, what did you just do? When I say to you, uh, just the physical tapping of you, well, he pressed in and he was like, seems like your bursa or inflamed on
Yeah.
his left side. I couldn't even lay on that side. So I could tolerate the right side. Thank you, baby. Oh, I'm not even at 280 yet. I'm at
That's,
277. So that was my first old people disease. And I looked at Frederick and that's what I was saying. And I was like, oh shucks, I'm arriving to, the next stage in life. I've got my first old people disease, the foolishness that we celebrate. The other thing that I had spinal stenosis, and then they felt that
oh,
that was part of because of the narrowing of my spine. That's why the discs were bulging out. I
mhm.
said that at the birth of my children, because I had two C sections, I've never delivered vaginally. So when the needle went in for the epidural, I said, I bet you guys punctured, and that's where my spine, you made it weak in that area. And I just believe that. Of course, fibromyalgia. This is the story that two things that just could not happen to me. One was fingernail polish on my fingernails. You couldn't do that. This would be my finger. They would pulsate to the point I have to take the polish off. They ached. You couldn't type, you couldn't touch. Your fingertips were just horrific. And you could not do a massage on me. So that means when you go get your feet done, I would get about this much water and just do my toes. Don't you go, I mean, brush around, just stick to, do not pass my ankle. All of that, tut, 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 do not do that to me. I'm like in and out. And they used to make me pay for the whole thing. So now I can get those things done. All right. So restless leg, that was the last thing to leave me. I battled with that probably to the 5th month of carnivore. I also, oh God, I used to get UTIs like every 8 weeks.
Oh,
My sciatica, especially in this left leg, vertigo. I had carpal tunnel. I used to sleep. Here's the thing, during the daytime, my arms really didn't bother me. At nighttime, they would fall asleep, and the pain would just like come up my arm where I had to get out of bed, move my arm around to get the circulate. It was like the circulation had cut off. I developed high blood pressure. I developed depression. I had diverticulitis. I started to snore a little. And then I could not open jars.
yeah.
Yeah, that grip. Now I can pop open jars, I can snatch stuff off, I can carry bags, I can bend down. So those are just some of the things. And honestly, with me, I thought that possibly my blood pressure would get better if I lost weight, but things, oh, and then skin tags. I have one. They used to be all over my neck. There's just one. And I didn't think about the skin tags. Okay, I thought that I might have the blood pressure and possibly the UTIs. That was probably the only two things, and some weight loss. That's what I thought that the carnivore diet was going to do. That's it for me.
Yeah.
It was going to relieve some of Frederick's pain. I didn't have an idea about his blood pressure, just, just none of that. You don't know how it's going to do your body. At least I didn't.
Right. So once you started seeing the benefits, because not all of them happen at one time for any of
Mhm.
us, sometimes it takes a lot longer. It just kind of depends on each of our bodies, what style of carnivore, that we're doing.
Mhm.
Um, did you have any negative things pop up during that time frame? Just so people can be like, yeah, something, if this pops up, it doesn't mean you have to quit, but maybe you need to streamline something, maybe you need to reach out to other people. Was there anything like that for you?
Okay, so let me backtrack to Frederick again. When Frederick was going through and we didn't know what was setting him off, we removed all food from him except chicken Caesar salads. So when we first did that, he would have like breakfast, lunch, dinner, chicken Caesar salad, and then if he was tired of the chicken, he would just do the no croutons. He would have extra Parmesan cheese, extra dressing, and he did that. And he was on. He had did it for 6 weeks by the time my brother showed up. Okay,
Wow.
so with me saying that, the only thing he had to cut out was the lettuce and the salad dressing. And
Yeah.
so, excuse me, great things were starting to happen for him sooner because he didn't have to detox from everything because he pretty much has detoxed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I wasn't expecting anything.
Mm.
Maybe to lose some weight because my brother had mentioned that. If you go back on our channel, some of our earlier videos, that's one of the things when you start this, it's like, I'll introduce something back maybe after 30 days. You start
Yeah.
because you just can't believe you can go the rest of your life without eating, different things. And so then you're gonna get to your 30 days. It's like we decided to go to 45. You keep changing as you grow, just that, just that simple. And I had no issues. I actually told Frederick that I felt my body was 100% healed. 100% healed.
Yeah.
I started having issues when I did the lion diet.
Yeah.
That's the part I did not understand.
Yeah.
And so during the month of February, like the last 28 days, the panel we were on the lion diet. And that's where one day I got up, my body was stiff. What? I feel like Cat Williams. What? We supposed to feel better. And then talking with you, and it's like, yeah, but some more things are being released in the body.
Right.
And so
Yep. You were kind of
that's the
like,
time
okay, I'll
yeah,
finish it up.
that's the time that I
So,
felt the worst since the carnivore diet.
sure. Yeah. And I think sometimes people will feel that when they do like extended fasts sometimes too, because then you're working through some of those fat cells that have held on to everything.
Mhm.
Can you tell the people what a normal day in eating looks like for you with knowing the way you have to eat because of what you've had done.
Right. So what she's talking about here, and I talk about it freely now, but let me just say this. I had the gastric sleeve, and it's been about 11 years now. 11, let's just say 11. I know it's been more than 10, but so we'll say 11 years. My mother died not knowing that I had that surgery for a couple
Oh,
of reasons. One was that's my mom, and this was an elective surgery, all because I wanted to be smaller. Not and it's like not so I health was not the issue for me because I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have diabetes. My cholesterol numbers, total cholesterol was in the range where they wanted it to be. So my issues were like back pain and vertigo, those type things. So
mhm.
I felt you lose weight, that's going to help. So I went and had the surgery. Now, the other reason why I didn't tell anyone is because I actually felt bad that I had it, that I could not do it on my own. And there was a small part of failure. So I never shared it. My family, well, my daughter, my husband, and maybe two other people knew that I had it. And it was so funny because my best friend, I didn't even tell her. And then later on, uh, after my mom died and I shared it, no, she even found out watching a video when I shared it on YouTube.
Oh,
And
no.
she ended up contacting me and said, hold up, I know I didn't just see what I just saw, that you had surgery and I'm your best friend and you said absolutely nothing to me. And then I was like, yeah, because I was like ashamed. She said, no, I know you from way back then. It's some other shit you need. I mean, stuff you need to be ashamed of, not that.
Yeah. Before cell
But
phones.
right. So,
Yeah.
but I was, and that shame even goes over with today because it's a surgery that I should not have had, all in the case of getting smaller. So when I see people and I've seen some on social media, I just got approved to have my gastric surgery. And I'm like,
Mm,
no, they're not going to tell you. But if you don't change the way that you eat, listen to me. Smaller portions do not make that it's not gonna last. It is
yeah.
not going to last. Skinny people are sick. Okay. So please note, just because your size, no. So anyway, a day for eating. I'm just tell you about today because I'm off the lion diet. So earlier this morning, I had one hamburger patty and one egg yolk. That's about all I can take in. And
Mhm.
then it was about 2 hours later, I had another patty and another egg yolk. And then it's something else that I ate. Oh, then I did some pork belly, sliced it up thin. Now, I probably had a half a cup of pork belly. So you can kind of see that wasn't a lot. And then I want to say it was 5:45. I did one more hamburger, and this time I splurged. I did two egg yolks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, them egg
Yeah.
yolks are so good. And I'm saving the white. No, I throw that stuff away, but I'm saving the white because I said I was going to try. Robin had that dang on sandwich with that bread look. And I said, I'm going to save these egg yolks, but I got to borrow the mixer from the neighbor because I don't have that kind of stuff. I eat meat.
I have one of the old style that you do like this. I can send it to you. It's like an arm workout.
Oh my God. Because I got the little hand one. That's what I do for my tallow and mix it up to like the mashed potatoes. But I was like, she said you had to do that for 5 minutes. I was like, oh no, I'm not getting ready to do that. Let me just get the neighbors. See, look at
I got
Robin
a
telling the
question.
red is right. She is it possible that the surgeon did your stomach too small? Look, could be, especially since my silliness. You ready for this? Before I went, okay, before I went into surgery, that was my recommendation that I asked for to make it the smallest that it could be,
But
all for the sake of wanting to be smaller. That's why when I'm talking with people, when I'm saying this, um, the other young lady, Bliss,
mm,
that I want to get with her. I want to talk to people who have had the sleeve and that are carnivore now. And it's like, but if I can prevent someone because you're doing it to be smaller, you're tired of your thighs rubbing together. You are tired of uh your breathing, and it depends if you heavy chested. I don't care what you say. You lay down and your boobs come up like that. You tired of all of that. And it's like for whatever reason, you cannot control your mouth. Forever, like you'll sit there and say, "It's one more cookie in there." Oh my God, I know them cookies are in there, but or you bring it home them little biscuit cookies from Delta, where you just saving for that little sweet snack. Everything keeps calling you. I know. And all you can see is, I cannot control this. Well, here's the thing, it's not going to get controlled after they're going to send you to a nutritionist, and she's going to teach you about the standard American diet. And the request that they will have is that you eat your protein first, lean protein first. Eat your chicken breast
okay.
first, eat your chicken leg or whatever. But this is probably an amount of food that I can hold in. It'll fit on my uh hand.
Mhm.
Gee, because
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, let me say, okay, let me say this. This was another thing. If you drink soda or any type of carbonation and you can stretch your stomach some more.
Yeah.
I've never had a soda. As a matter, if I drink some and it feels carbonated, I won't even swallow it. I'll do. It's getting out
Mhm.
of me because they put fear in me by saying, okay, so you have your stomach, you have the staples. Once that carbonation hits the acid in your stomach, it's going to do that. Well, with that, if it pops a staple and that's all I had to hear. That's all I had to hear. And guess what? The staples don't dissolve. So I'm not about to
No.
put soda. I'm not about to put any carbonation in me. I know some people that have had the bypass and the sleeve.
Yeah.
And like a lot of them can take in more. And somewhere, I don't know, I ain't calling them a liar, but most people that I see that have this and have gained some weight, somewhere they've stretched their stomach. Somewhere they've
Yeah.
stretched. They have.
Don't you kind of feel like that the medical community that is geared towards the bariatrics, do you kind of feel like, to me, this is how I am. Like, I want to try to educate my patients, like other things that they can do that are holistic, food, drink, movement, anything before going to that extreme. Do you feel like sometimes the medical establishment kind of preys on people that they know are at that low spot where they feel like they have no other options because they don't know that there is this option?
Ironically, you say that because I had this is before, was it before the carnivore diet? No, I don't think so. So that, in other words, it's been 280 days ish where this somewhere within there. I had talked with my doctor, and we had a slight disagreement. I don't like going to the doctor's office and spending my entire day there. And so uh this time when I went in, but on behalf of my doctor, she's phenomenal. And now hands down, and she knows that I'm her patient, you know, she die or I die. That's how we breaking up. But I still don't like going and just like spending my day. So on this particular time, I walked out of the office, and then later on, the office ended up contacting me. Nope, wasn't carnivore. I was going through depression at the time. And so all of that played into it because I had lost my mom. And when you lose your mom, I wasn't caring about
Everything.
anybody. I don't care about your feelings.
Right.
I just none of that. And that's the depression. And I had to be placed on medication. That's how bad that was. But anyway, she said, well, while I was waiting, ma'am, I had another physician here, or I don't know if it was a physician or someone, because they're trying to connect people with the bariatric surgery. And I wasn't carnivore at the time, and I'm like, don't get that doggone surgery. I felt that way since I've had it. It's like this has been a nightmare for me. And here we are 11 years later. I still have issues from that surgery. Prior to, I was doing all that burping before we came on, but drinking water. It's like I start, excuse me. Oh, gee. So my name is Giselle, but when I was 2 weeks old, they nicknamed me Gigi. And when I was 17 years old, I dropped a G, and I've been G ever since. GIE. Yep.
We like
That's
it.
me. I
So I
tell
was
people
just
the seventh letter of the alphabet. When I
yeah.
meet people, I'll say G Brown, and I said, just so you know, if you just forget, just count on your hand 7 times. A B C D E F G. I'm the seventh letter of the alphabet. There you go. And a lot of times
And
people say, you must have been a teacher because you sure made it, and they don't forget me either.
I said the same thing. And the first time I met you, I was like, she had to be a teacher before you ever said it. And I was like, yeah, she was a teacher. That makes sense to me. So I was reading what Bay Dog had to say, which is Brenda is her name. Hope you don't mind that I said your name. But anyway, she's just saying how her doctor's vegetarian, so it's okay. She goes, I don't need one. I have Dr. Barry, Dr. Chafee, and Dr. Hampton. I agree.
Well, ironically, guys, when Frederick and I went for our annual, which was I think a week ago, she said she was up getting ready, and
Oh yeah.
the Facebook was open, and it was like, oh look, that talking about y'all was on the podcast with a doctor, and I'm thinking, who did it was Dr. Chafee that morning. And that's who she saw. And it's like, yes, that's the one you need to turn around and follow so you can see where I'm coming from. You need to understand where I'm coming from. There's no medicine that you can give me except for a bear every now and then, because I'm not the one. I don't wait through a headache. I just stop it. Just give me one. I'm gonna drink a little water and we good. And then I'll increase my water, increase my beef, and then it like don't come back. But I don't like trying to work through that one. I heard you one time talk about, and my head was hurting, and I did this. That won't be me. Yeah, give
I
me
just yep,
a
I
bear.
just do the salt under the tongue. That works when my headache, like back in the day when I first started doing extended fasting, and it was right when I was transitioning into carnivore. And because, my personality, we're a lot alike, it's all or none, we type A. And so I was like, I'm going to go carnivore and I'm going to fast like 7 days, sure. Uh huh. And I did that, but I stood up out of bed and I literally was like, whoa, like you, except I didn't hit my head.
Girl, don't
I
talk.
landed. I
I was
know. And
fasting
yes,
and
yes,
stood
when you
up,
hit your head.
guys. Listen, I was
Mhm.
fasting and stood up on my mattress to do something behind the headboard. and passed out, bam, and hit my
Yeah.
noggin on the wall. You can right now today. I don't understand why there's not a hole in that wall. I hit hard,
It was a
hard.
good hair day. You had a good
Yeah,
hair
right.
that day, and it was
Yeah,
just
right.
enough. Yeah, but what I found was because I don't normally get headaches, like, I unless I've got really bad sinus coming on or something, or, like, when I fasted that first couple times, I really got a headache, and so I knew mine was electrolyte balance, so I just did that salt under my tongue, and
Oh.
I'm not kidding you. It did work, but I don't know if it will work for a regular headache because I don't get those, so,
No, this one was
so
this morning. I wake up and my head is like boom. I'm like, whoa, what was that?
probably this damn weather.
I don't know, but I heard Frederick in the bathroom. I said, hey, bring me one bear.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
popped it in my mouth,
So,
drank some water, and laid back down.
do you have any friends or family that think you guys have lost your minds by going carnivore?
Oh, yeah, yeah. There, which led up to uh the show that we have airing coming up. I think it's tomorrow. Uh I think I get frustrated because I sit up and say to people, for everything else that I've tried, from the cabbage soup diet, just all these different things that I've tried, and then years of vegan, I never tried to get you to do any of it. That's all. It
Yeah.
is what it is. But this time, I'm saying to you, all of that stuff that was wrong with me is gone, not subsided, not show up. It's gone. And now I'm crazy. It's like, if you even listen to what you're saying, this doesn't make sense. Why would you eat only meat? What person in their right mind would just like not have the vegetables, not have fruit? Do you know how you're just being depleted? Hmm. Now
No, do
let's
you?
just let's just do a visual real quick. Let's come on. Let's just do this. My heaviest was 260. I played around 190, 210. That was my little 20 pounds right there, where I would get on the scale and say, oh Lord, I'm over 200 again. One of those. And I
Yeah.
already
Oh,
knew
yeah.
that if I did something to lose weight, to get under 200 pounds, the moment I started eating again, I'm going to get it back. Uh, but for whatever reason, if I lost a couple of pounds, you go get on the scale. It's like, yes, I'm 198, but at least I'm not 200 pounds. So, oh, I look at there. All these little
I know you gotta
doodads that's showing up. I know. Pow, pow, pow. Okay.
so,
And
since you've went this lifestyle, have you had and we don't have to keep it 100% PG, but I don't want you giving all your secrets. Have you had any unexpected good changes that, like, you were not expecting any change in, and then you're like, "Oh, hey."
the biggest change, once again, is the things that I got rid of that I didn't know that was going to happen. That's the biggest thing to me. You could not have told me I was going to be pain free without a
Mm.
surgery and all this other stuff. You could not have told me that at all. You could not have told me that the bulging disc is going to, the inflammation will be gone and your back is like fine. Yeah, I thought where I was headed, I might be able to slow it up. But I'm talking reverse. Yeah,
Yeah.
had never thought that. But now,
Yeah.
the thing that I probably, one of the things, it's not the only thing, but one of the things that I love the most, and okay, shouldn't be no kids on here. It
That's
is
why I said it was
now.
okay.
It is now the different intimate positions that you can get in because
Yeah.
and I laugh about it. I know what it was like when Frederick was over 200 pounds and I'm over 200. That's 400 and some pounds trying to
Yeah.
have have fun. That's a lot
Yeah.
going. That's a lot going on, and just basic stuff. Yeah, I mean, he and I we laugh about it that you turn around and lay down and your stomach is like suffocating me. I've literally had to
Yeah.
tap out. It's like, okay, get up, I can't breathe. I've had
Yeah.
to do that. And
Yeah.
now it's like I you start at one end and just keep right on rolling. And
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's 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 I feel like I have a whole new marriage again. That's
Yeah.
it's like that's how we did the first 20, and honey, this how we get ready to do the next 50. So I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm
I've had a lot of people report that they had such a great increase in their libido. And I think that's due to the increased cholesterol. That that makes all of our hormones, we need those things. So that's my personal opinion as to why I think a lot of us see that kind of stuff. Can you tell people kind of what your weight loss has been, and did you hit any plateaus, and if you did, was there something you did to tweak things to kind of get that ball rolling?
oh, I'm at a plateau as we speak. And wait a minute, I gotta read this right here because come on, RV there. Yeah, yes, that tap out, you know. Uh it's Frederick and I was talking about even when we turned around the hub, that if you really want to press bodies, I had to like cave myself in to make room for his belly on this. Man, don't get me started on uh, that bigness. Don't get me started
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you just said, and I forgot your question.
Have
Dang it.
how much weight have you
Oh,
lost? And
my weight.
then yeah.
So my
Yeah.
heaviest was 260. And then I danced up there, and believe that's when I was maybe 225 when I had the surgery. And then I got down to 164. And I can tell you now when that was July 3rd, uh 2014. Couldn't have been 14. Because
2013
we're at 24 now.
or
What year?
2023 maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
13.
it's been a while. Yeah.
2013. Yeah, 2013. I know because I know I had turned 50. And on my 50th birthday, I was 164 pounds. So yeah, just whatever the year is. And so if I was 64, then that's 2014. And so because I had the surgery before that, and then got down to
Thanks, Fred.
2014. Yeah. And then I got down to 164 July 3rd. But I tell everybody by July 4th, I was 165. And by July 7th or 8th, I was like 168. I did not stay there. That was like I
Mm,
woke up and bam, I was there. I looked cute for my party. And then there we go. Right on
yep.
right, the scale
Right.
going right back up. So when I started January of 2023, right at a year ago, I was 198 pounds in January 2023. I'm probably now I ride between the smallest that I've gotten on the carnivore diet was 140. And then but now I am pretty much it'll be 142, 144, 143. So 142 has been my average now. The goal that I gave myself was uh when we for Frederick's 50th birthday, that was 10 years ago. My gift was I was going to be 150 pounds, but I mean, I had the surgery. So I know this can be
Yeah.
done. Yeah, because I didn't have the surgery. Never got there. Never got there. And so now it was time for us to turn 60. And I said, you know what, by December, now this was up in January. I said, you know what, by December, I'm gonna be 150 pounds because I was going to the gym. And I was in the gym, baby. And I was doing this. Baby, I had a personal trainer. Oh, I was doing it. I would go there and spend a couple of hours. And I had went to the gym 7 days a week, for 6 months straight. I had lost 10 pounds.
But you gain muscle and bone.
Okay, that's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. And then what pursuit said? Baby, don't give me no idea.
Yes.
Don't
Hey,
give me
I
an
like
idea.
that.
Carnivore after
Ah,
dark. Don't give me an idea.
I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yep.
okay. You know,
And I
Pursuit,
do
okay, and
tell
we could
I
rotate them on in Carnivore after dark. I'm coining that. It's
oh, I
so
like
we
it.
marking it right here. She helped me. I'm coining that. That's my thing. And when y'all see it, y'all will see. Now the problem is me
That's
staying
right.
up that late after dark. That's the problem, but we're gonna work on it.
Yeah. Well, right
But
now it isn't
anyway,
so bad.
that has somewhat uh I made it to the 150, matter of fact, 145 for December and his birthday. But this is where I've been. And
Yeah.
so tomorrow I am going to make it up to the rec center. I'm going to walk there and then do some stuff there and come back. The pass is $25 for the month. So I'm just going to do that. And because give them my money, I'm going to go for 1 month. I'll get out of here and I'll walk up there to it, cross that highway, make it on back, and see during the month of March, will there be a difference that I can at least come out of these 140s? So we
Do
shall
you
see.
think and I don't know what kind of scale you have. You're gonna be proud of me. You knew I threw that bee away a long time ago, but I have ordered a new one and I can't I can't remember the name of it. If I find Renault, I don't know. Anyway, Renault, I think it's like RANOE or something, but it's one that measures bone density, muscle, and fat. And of course, I'm kind of like where my goal is, but I want to just see where my bone and muscle density is. But I think that's a good thing to have. And I think it was only 25 or 29 bucks on Amazon. But that'd be something good to do. Like if you're at a stall, kind of see where you're at. And then let's say you add in like the gym and stuff like that. Because I do think that when you went there for 6 months, you weren't losing weight on the scales, but I do believe you were, doing such good work for, your muscles and your bones. So that's what I think. Yes. Yep. Yep. That's the one. That's it. Thank
I'll look
you.
into it most definitely because Frederick and I we've talked about it, but in actuality, what I do because the gym that I was a member of, so the rec center is directly across, but then if I make a left when I get to the light, that's where the gym is. Both of them are in walking distance. And I'm going, my trainer, I go in and she does measurements and stuff for me.
Oh, nice.
Uh, let me
Which
see.
is good. Yeah.
And I believe that I'm telling you, because for the most part,
Yeah.
uh, now my downfall is not eating enough. And I knew that's what was happening during the lion because
Yeah.
that's another reason why I will do variety because I can look at food and because I don't get that hunger sensation, that part of my stomach has been cut off. My stomach,
Mm,
uh, like growl. I don't get stuff like that
yeah.
anymore. And in actuality, if I start feeling some kind of way, if I drink some water, that will subside it. The downside is the acid that is remaining. I don't think it knows what to do because I'm not hearing any of the sensory that's going on. And the acid will get to, I always say it just starts jumping in my stomach. And that's when, what is that? What's that? Bio something, ox bile.
Bile, yeah, ox bile.
I just started that to see if throughout this month that that'll help. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's these little square tablets, FLA something. I can't remember what it is.
Mm.
That has to do with, I still have to take one of those. I don't know how to control the acid in the stomach like that.
Yeah, and and yours may be a little bit different because of what you had done, of course. So I think there's people
Mhm.
out there. So since we can't turn the clock back for you because you've had that surgery, if you could speak to somebody who is at that low point, and their doctor is, of course, gladly giving them a referral that direction, what is one thing that you could sit down and say to them? What would be the thing you would say?
Part of you going through, because they just don't, you show up and then they clock you for a surgery.
Right.
That's not how it works. So you get the referral, then they want you to, I had to see a psychiatrist, I had to
Yep.
see a nutritionist. So there are steps and stuff because they're
Sure.
going to cover them themselves. And then there was this whole group thing that I sat in, and see, they had people who had the surgery and all you could see is smaller. But see, they didn't have
Yep.
nobody there like me, and they're talking to you saying, "Girl, don't you do this. Don't do
Yeah.
this." Because I'm saying to you now, I believe that my results with the carnivore diet would be different if I had a whole stomach.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
I believe
I
wholeheartedly
agree.
that I would be able, just like Frederick, to eat that one meal a day. I believe that I would be able to eat until I was really satisfied. I believe that I would be able to eat till it no longer tastes good. That's not, listen,
Mm.
my food is so good. I turn around, I start chewing, and then I stop in the middle of the chew. I have to go spit that food out because if I swallow it, I'm gonna throw it back up. And
Oh,
so I know now where my cutoff is. And sometimes I said I can
yeah.
eat that burger with the egg yolk. There's sometimes I can't eat that. Frederick will do a
Yep.
steak. There is maybe, if it was a smaller steak, I was actually able to finish it. But when I finish it, it's not, by the time I finish it, the steak is cold. There, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like you eat it.
Just
It's like,
slow.
oh, the bowl will sit there and he'll look, say, "You done?" And I'll look, say, "Huh, just give me a few more." And then I have to wait. Then
Yeah.
I got to burp. It's almost like making room. And I still want the
Yeah.
steak. So I know that if
Yeah.
I had my stomach, baby, I probably wouldn't even had his weight stall. I would just literally like
I
just
don't know. I I've been
mhm,
doing this for over 4 years with, Carnivore and over a year with Lion, and, I really wasn't doing it necessarily for weight loss, but,
mhm,
there were several times where I may gain a pound. I mean, I never really bumped a whole lot, um, and then I changed up with the lion diet. I was still doing some eggs and stuff. I changed that up because of the histamines. I cut out some of that, and I will tell you, I lost that 5 pounds in a pant size, and I was like, oh. Where the hell did that come from? So
mhm.
I think even if you did, I think it'd be easier for you to have those cues if you had your whole
Right.
stomach. But yeah,
Yeah. So I want
so
to answer Deb's question.
sure.
Excuse me. Deb, the first time I went to go have the surgery, uh one of the things, the first step in my area, the first step was to sit in on that group meeting where you had the doctor, it was two doctors, they had the slideshow, then they had former patients, and a couple of them worked in the office. Those are the people that we heard from, and you get to ask any question. So as I was sitting through it, I said, "You guys don't have a surgery like you just make the stomach smaller?" And they said, well, that's called the sleeve, and that's not something that we offer right now because a lot of people with the sleeve will gain the weight back. So we feel that the bypass is the best for the results. I got my little bag and I left up out of there because you said you're gonna cut my intestines and reroute them along with making my
Mhm.
stomach smaller. That did not make common sense to me. And I was
Yeah.
not a physician. I don't care what it is. Why are you rerouting the intestines when you can just make the stomach smaller and leave everything
Yeah.
intact? So I left. Well, guess what happened? I left and said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I don't need that surgery. Well, I didn't do it, and I got bigger. And uh, I think about 2 years later, I went back, and because of the time, I had to sit in that thing again. I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
But this time they offered the sleeve because I
Mm.
still wasn't going to do the bypass. I went back to see if they offered the sleeve, and they said yes. I said, okay, well, I'm in.
Let's see.
Oh, it must have been
Bliss
something.
must have, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's never, yeah, I agree. It's never a straight line. And I think it's different for every person how long it takes you to get to where you are because we've all did different kinds of damage to the body, really. So,
Well,
all right.
let me
So,
just say that
yeah.
before I had the surgery, my oldest daughter was sick, and I pretty much was eating one meal a day. It was by the time I help her with her kids, get the kids to school. Oh, and then I was the type of grandmama. I got up old school. I fixed them breakfast. They was gonna have grits, sausage, eggs, biscuits, pancakes, whatever. They sat down. They actually had food before they went to school, and then making sure she had eaten. Don't know if there was a doctor's appointment, all this other stuff, and then it was time to eat, and I would have like that big meal at the end of the day by myself. I would even take it sometime to my room just to have some peace and quiet. Um,
Yes.
that's a whole no, it's not adjustable. That's a ring that they can put on it
Yeah.
where you but
Yeah.
the sleeve is permanent. The staples are there, the stomach is gone. There's no
Yeah.
enlarging of it.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So, is there any last thoughts that you want to share with us? Um, and just kind of go from
I
there.
think the whole thing that we've talked about. I've gotten some great things. We're gonna have carnivore after dark.
I can't
Hopefully,
wait.
whether it is in this live or on the replay, that someone my story, I have a phenomenal story. My mother's story is greater than mine. I just regret not documenting it to the degree that I should have, but I have a great story of life. I've lost a child. As a matter of fact, my daughter died in my arms. So, uh, and I've lost my mom. I've been married and divorced. I have a phenomenal husband now. So there's a lot of layers to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers here, and it's a lot of things that happen over
Mhm.
time. They put me in the situation to where I am. My only regret, I can't go back and change, but my only regret, I say all the time, is that I didn't find out about this diet sooner. That is my true regret. Sooner meaning, could this have helped my daughter? Uh, what she's been gone now. what is it, 12 years now? Could it have helped
Mm.
her? Yeah, this year she would have been 42. Uh, could that have helped her? I don't know. I know without a shadow of a doubt, my mother would still be here. But it's like I found out this right after my mom, and
Yeah.
uh, that makes me sad often because I know that
Yeah.
she would have done this with me. So, what I'm going to say to you guys have absolutely nothing to do with carnivore. Document the moments. What does that mean, G? That may pull my mic closer because I really want you to hear me. Let me even take the cover off. Please
Getting
hear
down
me.
and dirty.
No, no, this is
Yeah,
more
I know.
sentimental. This is
Yeah.
more sentimental. Once a person dies, it stops. What does that mean? There won't be another picture after that moment. There's not another video, there isn't another phone call, there isn't any of that. And a lot of times we're not comfortable with our size, we're not comfortable with what we have on. Don't take my picture, don't take listen,
Take the picture.
take the picture. There's so many times the room that I'm in right now, when Frederick and I was looking for a home, I wanted one that had 2 bedrooms on the first floor. My bedroom is over there, and I'm actually in the room that was my mother's bedroom. And I said that if something happened to her, that I would make that my office. And so here I sit, and this is now where I do YouTube and everything else with like her presence in the room to keep pushing me.
Mhm.
But there have been so many times that she laid across the bed. I came in and just gave her a kiss, take the picture. Even though we weren't dressed, the picture wasn't for social media. The picture
Okay.
was for like right now that I could
Yeah.
turn around and say, oh, I remember that. That's who the picture is for. So now with my family, I let them know I don't care what I'm looking like. Take the picture
Yeah.
because trust and
Yeah.
believe one day you're going to regret not taking the picture. And then for
Yeah.
those that you're big, yeah,
Yeah. And
you
we all did that. I mean,
You
look how
did
hard it was for
no,
us to
not
find
look,
pictures.
y'all
Not
did that.
you,
I
but a
was
lot of
still
us did
take baby,
that.
I was still taking pictures, and now I look at the picture and it was like, what was I thinking? What but I didn't see what
You were
everybody else
rocking
saw.
it.
Baby, I ain't see what everybody else saw. Here's the thing. You don't have to share the picture. The picture can be in your phone. The picture is for
Yeah.
you. My kids
Yeah.
will not have a hard time finding a picture of me. Trust and believe they will not have a hard time finding a picture of me because that I
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah.
See, I don't
Another
have
thing
any
that
pictures at my highest way. I know because you hide
oh,
from it,
yeah.
but take
Yeah.
the picture. You don't have to. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of times you say, I don't want to take the picture. Look how big I am. So, okay.
Yeah. Take it.
You might not want to take the picture because then you can see it, but everybody around you already see your big self. So just
Yeah.
take the picture
Yeah.
because that's not your permanent state. So now I'm able to show people across social media this is where I was, but this is where I am.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing that I integrated into my nursing, because you'd go into these elderly people's homes or in the nursing home, and you'd have these people whose like great grandkids never come and see them, and they're like, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose, I'm not going to be able to pass this information on. So I made it a habit. I used to buy a bunch of journals and pens and give them to people and say, you went through World War II. You need to be writing some stuff down. What are some family secrets, good or bad, that you just want out? Put them on paper. Recipes that grandmas did that nobody in the family even knows the recipe anymore. And that gave them such great joy. And I think it gave them some meaning. They're sitting in a room by themselves. So that's something that I did, but I think we all could do that. Like you said, if you'd have wrote your mom's story down. So I think that's something we all could do. We're everybody's so busy, everything is computer and phones and TV and busy But I think, like a lot of us do grounding and different exercises and things in the morning to kind of, get rid of some of that bad zen. That's a good time to do a little bit of that, kind of write and put some
Well, let
stuff
me
out
say
there.
this
So
for everyone. This isn't carnivore related. Chat GPT. You formulate how you want it to come across, but you can ask it for I need 52 questions. And I said 52 for a reason. Check me out. 52 questions to tell the life story of my mother, or 52 questions, because you formulate how it works, because you need 52. You're going to send one question a week, and chat GPT, because you want her life story, and then you can text the
yeah,
question or whatever. She can voice it, she could do whatever, and then next, and that's going to bring up her memories. She might find
yeah,
pictures, she might find any of those things. I do not listen. I do not want people to go through what I'm going through right now. I had a phenomenal relationship with my mom, but too much of it is here and here.
yeah,
What do I leave for my kids and stuff, or my grands or anything? What am I leaving? Where's her voice? Who
yeah,
recorded her? My mother was not on social media like how I am. You ain't
yeah,
got to worry about my voice. Here it is on this one and the next one and the other ones. So I'm saying to you guys, for the if they're not paying attention, sneak the picture. You're gonna want that picture
yeah,
of remembering that day. You and your mom are sitting down having lunch. Say, Mom, lean over here. Hold on. Click. You don't have to put it up on social media. Now you have that for that moment. Take the
yeah.
picture. Take
I
the
agree.
Yeah, that's that
I
that
agree. I agree. I think that's yep, yep. No, I do. I agree. I think doing that is very important. So, well, I want to say thank you for being my first interview, G. I
I
think it was great
know.
info
I said I was gonna cut up, but I tried to act right. I tried, but honey, my brain, if I
because
think
Fred's
about
watching.
carnival. He know who he married to. Carnivore after
Yeah.
dark. So this is how this works. If I wake up in the morning and one of my first thoughts is carnivore after dark, then we're gonna turn around and do it. Kid you not.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a
Yeah,
good idea.
I'm telling
All
you
right.
because
Well, everybody, thank you for asking questions of G. And if you like this, share this information out. I think there's some good information that G was able to share about her kind of journey through doing carnivore. We appreciate it. Don't forget to come back, and you can follow any of us. You can follow G. You can follow myself at Healthy Carnivore. G's at Hanging with the Browns. Robin is Carnivorous Grandma. Rhonda is Carnivore Leo. And Rebecca, I
Rebecca.
was like, it's another R. There's all these R names. And
Oh,
Rebecca, yep, is Carnivore Family. And she has 8 kids, and her husband are all carnivore. So I think it's a great thing to kind of watch and just see. So you can follow any of us if you like. And every Monday we do Meaty Mondays with the Fierce Felines. And so we welcome you to come there. So thank you everybody for being here.
I want to add, wait a minute, let me add. You guys can also go to Russell Brands. I'm gonna type that one in. Hold on, join the chat. Just a minute. Hold on. I could have done that. Lord have mercy. Well, too late. Uh I could have shared this and forgot to share it, girl. Don't worry, I'll share it afterwards. But
That's okay.
Russell Brands, Brandz. So all the stuff that she talks about that she makes, those tallow lotion, all of that, y'all, she only charging like $5, $3. I was like, girl, please, y'all better go to her website and buy it, or it's all gone. I'm telling you, she is doing a phenomenal job in regards to what she's doing. Hold on. There we go. I think I did it. I think I did it. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Like I said, I have a remarkable story. And one day, that's it.
Oh,
Well,
good.
there
I'm
you
glad,
are.
Brenda.
RussellBrands.square.site. Just cut and copy and take it on over there. Y'all might have to put the HTTP stuff over into
Yeah.
it. But yeah,
Yeah.
she has it, and gone. Get y'all little stuff with your bad self.
All
Let me
right.
see. I
You
get
guys
another
have a good
thumb up. Where my little
evening.
thumbs up? Bye,
You're trying to get
guys.
your little stuff. All
Yeah.
righty. Bye bye.